Good afternoon. My name is Philip Kaufman, and I'm going to do a quick video on what I learned in this class, a little bit about my problem space, some reflection on this class, and maybe a little bit about leadership. So to start, a little bit context. I live in Boise, Idaho, obviously. I work at West Junior High in the Boise School District. I teach pre-engineering in grades 7, 8, and 9. And in those classes, I lead a very project-based class that falls under the CTE umbrella, which is Career and Technical Education. Students get to use a variety of tools and equipment that they enjoy, and it's a pretty engaging course where we build things like mousetrap cars, mousetrap racers, water bottle rockets, CO2 dragsters, hydraulic arms. Also have some woodworking projects. Anyway, it's a really great class and I really enjoy it, and I feel privileged to be in the position I'm in. So that's a little bit about me. My problem space. So in this course I chose to investigate incentive-based pay for teachers and how it motivates them to do a better job at teaching, or maybe engage more with things like PLCs and other school-based activities. And what I found was that there's kind of two categories of incentive-based pay. There's individual and there's group-based. And group-based is more problematic than individual. That's not to say that individual incentive-based pay works and group doesn't. It's just that I think there's more ways to do group-based incentive-based pay wrong. So for example, one of the issues you run into when you conduct or when you do incentive-based pay in teaching is that the people that are already doing a great job continue to do a great job, and so they earn a monetary reward. And the people that don't do a great job pretty much continue to do a bad job, and so they don't earn it, or they don't do a better job. So it doesn't really change behavior in the group setting. What it does do is it frustrates the people that are doing a great job, because then they have to share their reward with the people that aren't, and that creates animosity, and it doesn't necessarily improve any performance, or it doesn't appear to improve performance from the studies I read. On the individual side, there seems to be a more motivating factor, because whatever you do, you get back. But once again, it's kind of diminishing returns in that the people that are already doing a great job pretty much continue to do it, and the people that aren't pretty much continue to not do a great job. And maybe the people in the middle improve a little bit, but it's not really clear how much and how effective it is. And as far as the amount of money that you need to give to encourage better behavior on the part of teachers, that is not clear either. So I saw numbers ranging from a couple thousand all the way up to almost $10,000. And it doesn't appear that one of those numbers works and the other doesn't. It appears that any amount of money basically has the same effect as a large sum of money, which is surprising, and maybe that's just the studies I read, but that's what I found. So that's pretty interesting. I found that the research to be good, and I wish I could have read more, but of course, we only have so much time. As far as lingering questions I have on this topic, I think a couple things that stand out to me is there a certain amount of money that is more motivating than another number? Like, for instance, if you gave people $25,000 to do a great job at teaching, and you just use the same teacher base that we have now, would that change the behavior, or would it not make a difference? Likewise, if I gave them 500, am I going to get the same effect as 5,000? If that's the case, obviously I know how much money I would want to give teachers, if I was an administrator, that is, or a school district. Some other things that occur to me, or some thoughts that are kind of interesting, are other factors such as social adulation, or like being told you're doing a great job by the people you respect, more important than receiving pay? Or is receiving pay actually more important to motivate teachers to do a better job? And can you even change behavior? If the teacher base we already have is just going to stay the same, then maybe we just need to focus all our attention on just getting new recruits into the teaching field and incentivizing them more in the very beginning. So these are all interesting questions that I would love to explore further, and I think you could spend an entire career doing that. Finally, I'm going to reflect a little bit on our PLCs that we had in this class, and just PLC in general, because as teachers, we have one every week, whether it's whole school or in a small group setting. We all have experience with PLCs and what we get out of them. In this class, unfortunately, in the very beginning, my video link didn't work for some reason, so I wasn't able to meet with a group in the beginning. But then later on, I did have a group that I met with, and I enjoyed that experience. It's always interesting hearing from other people that are also teachers, what their experience is like. And I think that was the thing I found most valuable, just getting a chance to interact with him. PLC in general sometimes can be pretty daunting, just because you feel like you're just talking about the same things over and over again, so that can get a little bit boring. But I can see the use of it, especially if you are one of the people preparing the lesson, and I think that can be a rewarding experience. So this is a little bit about what I learned in this class and what I took away. Hopefully you found this interesting, and you also could check out my backyard a little bit. This is where I like to spend a lot of my time. And thanks for watching. See ya.